Well, take a note of this. Our neighbors to the south in the Turks and Caicos Islands are said to be at a crisis level when it comes to the harvesting and landing of conch and are having difficulties placing the delicacy on dinner menus. And now officials from the Bahamas National Trust say if fisheries authorities don't take some needed actions, the Bahamas could experience the same fate sooner than we think. Executive Director Eric Carey says stringent measures must be put in place immediately to preserve this precious yet delicate resource.
There was a story last week in Turks and Caicos Weekly. They've had to take it off the menu. That's their national dish. They can't find conch. We have people we work with in Turks and Caicos, and they're at crisis level. And then Facebook this week, someone sent me the picture of the mailboat with a gazillion conchs on it. Oh, there's no problem. Of course there's a problem, and you will have plenty, and people will still find. That's what we're saying. We still have conch. You can still harvest conch, but if we don't put in place the measures that prevents and penalize also, we need enforcement. So to prevent the harvesting of juveniles, to put in place the protected areas that we've recommended. Conch have to be landed in the shell, but there are a lot of fishermen that call me personally, message me and say, Eric, we got to do something with conch because I'm seeing the depletion. We hope it's not too late. We don't believe it's too late, and we're hoping that the government will act now. We just sent, actually we had a brief meeting with the PM, and I personally briefed him that it's something that we need to look at. So hopefully Cabinet will look at the recommendations that we've sent to the minister.
But while a meeting with the Minister of Agriculture is still pending, Carey says complaints of illegal fishing in Bahamian waters continue to intensify. He says to deter this practice, stiffer penalties must be enforced.
I know the government, to their credit, we've bought more boats for the Defense Force, and the government is investing in drone technology. But we have to bring poaching under control, especially the Dominicanos, but also poachers from the north, from the U.S. who come and fish illegally and take too much. So we need to be dealing with our problem as a nation. We need to be able to deal with our own fishermen and have discussions. But if you have this outside influence and this impact that you can't even determine, I don't know how much fish and conch and lobsters are leaving this country illegally. We want to enforce the existing regulations, which makes it illegal to harvest juveniles. We haven't proposed a season in our recommendations for a number of reasons, because scientists have found that if you put a closed season on conch, the harvesting before and at the end tends to negate that, especially in short periods. We don't think we've reached the season for conch, but who knows? But if we don't act, then the only option available to us would be to close it down for a couple of months, or close it down forever.